Hello, and I know this is unusual that I'm just going live and not inviting a lot of people, but today I wanted to respond to Governor DeSantis and Governor Abbott and the people of Florida and people of Texas who have gone forward and declared the Muslim Brotherhood a terrorist entity. Well, in May of 2017, I wrote an article that dared to ask if the federal government was ready to act if they declared the Muslim Brotherhood a terrorist entity. So a lot of what I'm going to share with you is from a past article, and I'm adjusting it and giving some advice. Now, whether the state of Florida or the state of Texas takes this advice will show if they are men of their word or just playing window dressing. This is a scary thought that they would be doing window dressing after declaring the Muslim Brotherhood a terrorist entity. So let's start with a quote from George Washington. Experience teaches us that it is much easier to prevent an enemy from posting themselves than it is to dislodge them after they got possession. So when a government refuses to acknowledge an entity's declared war against it, it becomes susceptible to the dangers of infiltration and seditious activity. Excuse me, sorry, I should have at least shut this down. All right. When a government refuses to acknowledge the entity's declared war against it, it becomes susceptible to the dangers of infiltration and seditious activity within its own borders. Now, Texas and Florida, it's already happened to you. In 2004, the United States learned the Muslim Brotherhood within North America had declared war against it, Canada and Mexico. Knowledge of this declared war became public information through the Holy Land Foundation versus the United States in 2008. The FBI had known of the threat of the Muslim Brotherhood's Palestine Committee, as evidenced by records provided at the trial of wiretapping in 1993, which was used in the HLF trial. Evidence provided through these transcripts proved that members of the Muslim Brotherhood in North America had formed a Palestine Committee, which had the intent to funnel finances to Hamas, a chapter of the Muslim Brotherhood. In addition to this threat, Yusuf al-Qaradawi, the supreme guide of the Muslim Brotherhood, issued a fatwa in 2003 that anybody killed in a military operation aimed at expelling American occupation forces from the Gulf is a martyr due to his good intentions. Threats from the Muslim Brotherhood have continued. One was given on a televised broadcast from Turkey in 2015. There was little to no reaction by the Obama administration. No surprise there. In addition to this, many of the Islamic terror organizations active today have been found to have their roots in the Muslim Brotherhood. The Middle East Monitor in 2013 pointed out the connections of ISIS to the Muslim Brotherhood. It was easy for anybody to trace. ISIS is the parents of Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda is the parent of ISIS, which is the parents of the Islamic State. And that was part of a plan in Al-Qaeda. Just give you an idea how simple this is. For these reasons, the American public have been actively pursuing a course to have the Muslim Brotherhood declared a foreign terrorist organization. Well, Florida and Texas did it. Yet to be done federally, sadly. There have been several attempts since 2013 to have the federal government list the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist entity. Politically, this has taken on different forms. For example, under Barack Obama, a petition site was established for the people of the United States to share needs and concerns. If the petition garnered 20 to 30,000 signatures, a promise was given to answer the petition. In 2013, a petition it was written and it garnered 213,146 signatures, but no response was given for a whole year. When the Office of President responded on this site, it claimed the Muslim Brotherhood was a non-violent entity, ignoring decades of assassinations, bombings, and more. Well, since 2015, there has been a change where bills have been submitted in Congress to do what the State Department is not. Name the Muslim Brotherhood a terrorist entity. In the House of Representatives, H.R. 5823, submitted in July of 2016, was sent to Homeland Security Subcommittee on Counterterrorism Intelligence and disappeared. H.R. 5823 was submitted by Representative Brandt and was entitled Naming the Enemy Within Homeland Security Act. Would have been nice if it got off the ground. February 24th, 2016, the Judiciary Committee of the House called on the White House administration to label the Muslim Brotherhood a terrorist organization. In 2017, Senator Ted Cruz proposed a repeat of a bill he submitted in 2015 that died in committee. The majority of the text is the same. Now remember, Texas and Florida have already published this. The question is, are they following through? If you're not going to do that, you better shut up is the way to look at it. You have to follow through. And I don't see Texas and Florida doing that. Now, what do they have to do? This is where we have to be concerned. The Muslim Brotherhood has operated both discreetly and openly in the United States of America for over 50 years. For this reason, President Washington's words have special meaning. It'll be difficult to clean the United States of the Muslim Brotherhood's presence if it is declared a foreign terrorist organization. Well, it's done in Florida and Texas. Now do they have the guts, the chutzpah, to follow through? I hope they do. So here's my suggestions. I'm just going to make this quick. My suggestions are simple. Since you've made the step, are you willing? Are you going to stand behind your words? Are you going to be true Texans and true Floridians and stand behind your word? So this requires a statewide ban. This is the first thing. It requires a statewide ban on any and all affiliates of the following groups. This includes blocking all receipts of their financing. So you're going to have to monitor colleges, universities, and a number of organizations. You need to grab the money when you go in to some of these organizations that you're closing. You have to grab the membership rolls because these are potential terrorists. You have named the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist entity. You have to look at those membership rolls. You have to quickly go in and take them. You can use the power of subpoena. You can use the warrants power. You have to do this. This is an immediate need. It has to happen today. First organization, the Muslim Student Association. This is the foundational entity of the Muslim Brotherhood in North America, which was started in 1963. It is the recruitment arm for the Muslim Brotherhood in the United States. Interesting difference today. 15 years ago, they were bragging and telling about how many chapters they had. You could find a chapter by going online to the Muslim Student Association. Can't find that today. They're hiding it. In fact, they're telling college organizations, oh, you can affiliate with us. Just fill out a form. Shh. So you have to figure out what those organizations are. That's your responsibility as states now. And governors, you're the head law enforcement officer in your state. You're in charge of enforcing the law. Guess what? Get to work. Next one. I think this is the most dangerous entity. The International Institute of Islamic Thought. This entity is in many ways, like I said, the most dangerous as it finances Islamic chairs in colleges. It is the creator of the term Islamophobia. Now you start to see what's happening. This organization is so dangerous because of the financing of Islamic chairs. Now, if you have an Islamic entity, Islamic department on your college campus, is IT, which they call themselves, behind it? Did they finance the chair? If so, you are receiving monies from the Muslim Brotherhood. And guess what? The state of Florida and the state of Texas have a right to go in and seize and freeze all of those finances. That has to happen immediately. Now, here's the problem with these chairs. People get in these chairs, and it creates powers of influence. If you're a college professor, you have a large amount of respect from the community. What does that mean? Oh, they expect you to present, not just to your students. They consider you an authority to speak to the community. But part of Islam is being deceptive. And most Americans don't get this. So they will go to the media and say stuff. But because Islam has a practice of being deceptive, it has a doctrine of being deceptive. It's embedded in Sharia. If you understand that, you'll find this financing. Take a look at the Somali community about the fraud. Again, that is all allowed and encouraged in Sharia. They are financing this. This is the trick that they learned in Egypt, where the Muslim Brotherhood began. Start in the colleges. That means you can influence the college student. That means you can influence the high school student. That means you can influence the elementary school student. It means you can influence the community, influence the media. This is the number one thing Florida and Texas have to do. They have to do it today, not tomorrow. Next group, Islamic Society in North America. This organization was created to have an adultified version of the Muslim Student Association. They realized they were in their 30s, 40s, and older, and they were still part of a student organization. Now, I think it's time for them to grow up. I mean, I get you can be grad students forever, but there is a time to be an adult. So they created this group, the Islamic Society North America. This organization, again, is the leadership that moved from the Muslim Student Association to create the form of the adultified version, which is the Islamic Society North America. The name has changed in different places. So again, you're going to have to be watching in Texas and in Florida as this name changed. The next one, Muslim American Society. There is no Muslim who understands Islam that will not tell you the Muslim American Society is publicly acknowledged as the Muslim Brotherhood. Well, we've heard about the Muslim American Society because of things they have done in places like Philadelphia. Openly make children say anti-Semitic things and call for the killing of Jews. Well, this group is so well known as Muslim Brotherhood. If your states are not condemning them and locking the people up associated with this, because again, you've called them terrorists, get their rosters, get them today. Use your warrant power, use your subpoena power. Get this today. If you want to protect your people in your states, this needs to be done today. Finally, I got two more. North American Islamic Trust. That's the bank of the Muslim Brotherhood that finances mosques, masjids, Islamic centers, schools, madrasas, wherever jihad is taught and more. Now, if you think I'm lying about jihad being taught in the States, I suggest you go to memory.org and look. You will find that what I'm telling you is true. NAIT, N-A-I-T, the North American Islamic Trust. Find out all the mosques that received financing from this Muslim Brotherhood entity known as, again, the North American Islamic Trust, which is N-A-I-T. You can close those places. Why? Because they are financed by the Muslim Brotherhood. Oh, are you daring enough to do this? If not, you're just going to let things get worse. And now CAIR. Well, I do have one more besides CAIR. CAIR, aka Hamas in America. The FBI has been warning and been listening and following these people for decades. And what has happened? Zilch. Have they arrested some of them? Yes. Have they charged some of them with terrorism? Yes. Has some of them gone to jail for terrorism? Yes. But you're allowing them to work in your states that have declared the Muslim Brotherhood a terrorist entity? Hamas is just a chapter in the Muslim Brotherhood. Do you have the guts to end this? Now, what you don't know, in Florida, I'm picking on Florida because I did research on one of the CAIR chapters. They got money from the DHS it was a hardened target thing, saying they were under threat from terrorists, but they didn't provide the proof that they were under threat. Now, CAIR was advertising and ISNA was advertising that you can get these free grants of money to harden your target, to keep people like the federal government from getting in and finding the information. I'm telling you, Florida and Texas, you need to do this. You need to go in there, get these lists today. Now, do all of them need to be arrested and charged? No. You need to make those decisions for yourself. Find out who's doing the organization. Find out if they are involved with terrorism. Look at their social network the analysis. Check who's connected to who. You need to do this today. Last organization to look at. Students for Justice in Palestine, which is currently being sued in Florida for allegedly receiving communications of the October 7th attack in Israel in 2023 prior to the attack. Granting student organizations a picture of Hamas terrorists using parachute gliders in their attack, which allegedly were shared out the next few days across the country. Wow. Can you do this? Can you be men of your word, men and women of your word, by closing these organizations today? I'm tired of hearing you say, well, we declared the Muslim Brotherhood a terrorist. We declared CAIR a terrorist entity. What have you done since doing that? Have you issued any warrants? Have you closed any facilities or just used words that are appearing to be nothing? This is scary, because if the words mean nothing, can you ever be trusted? What will happen next year if there's a terrorist attack and some of the people that would have been on that list in one of those organizations I recommended that you close? I will not let you forget it. Thank you.